Thank you very much, Advocate. In keeping with our tradition, I will now bow to my right and bow to my left. And having done so, I will proceed to request all delegates to observe a moment of silence for prayer or meditation.
Recording stopped.
Thank you very much. Just to remind members and delegates that the rules apply and the process for the in all the process for this virtual sitting. But before I proceed, I would like to remind you of the following.
Recording in progress.
That the virtual sitting constitutes a sitting of the National Council of Provinces, that the place of the sitting is deemed to be Cape Town, where the seat of the National Council of Provinces is, that delegates in the virtual sitting enjoy the same powers and privileges that apply in the sitting of the National Council of Provinces, that for the purpose of the quorum, all delegates who are logged onto the virtual platform shall be considered present. That delegates must switch on their videos if they want to speak or address the chair. That delegates should ensure that the microphones on the gadgets are muted and must always remain muted unless we have permission to speak. That the interpretation facility is active, that any delegate who wishes to speak must use the raise your hand function. And by now, of course, our understanding is that the members are familiar with the raise your hand function or icon. Honorable delegates, I wish to acknowledge the presence of the Premier, the MECs, the speakers, deputy speakers, all special delegates, and SALGA representatives in the House. Welcome. We will now, honorable delegates, proceed to the first order, consideration of report of Select Committee on Health and Social Services, agreement amending the Southern African Development Community SADC Protocol on Gender and Development, dated the 21st of September 2021. So without any waste of time, I will now call on Honorable M. Gillian, Chairperson of the Select Committee, to present the committee report. Honorable Gillian.
Honorable Chairperson, the report of the Select Committee on Health and Social Services on the agreement amending the Southern African Development Community SADC Protocol on Gender and Development, dated 21st September 2021. The Select Committee on Health and Social Services have considered the agreement amending the SADC Protocol on Gender and Development and Section 2312 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. Reports as follows. The committee recommends that the Council, in terms of Section 2312 of the Constitution, accept and approve the said protocol. Chairperson, the following amendments are made to the SADC Protocol on Gender and Development. On Article 4 is amended by inserting immediately after the paragraph. State parties shall develop and strengthen specific laws policies, and programs to achieve gender equality and equity. Article 5 is amended by deleting affirmative action whenever it appears and replace it with special measures. Article 8, subparagraph A of paragraph 2 of Article 8 is amended to read as follows: no person under the age of 18 shall marry. Article 10 is amended to read as follows: widows and widowers' rights. State parties shall enact and enforce legislation to ensure that widows and widowers are not subject to inhuman humiliation or degrading treatment, automatically become guardians and custodians of the children when their husband or wife dies, unless otherwise determined by a competent court of law, have the right to an equitable share in the inheritance of the property of their spouses, have the right to remarry any person of their choice, and have protection against all forms of violence and discrimination based on their status. Article 11, the girl and the boy child. State parties shall adopt laws, policies, and programs to ensure the development and protection of the girl and boy child by eliminating all forms of discrimination against them in the family, community, institution, and at state level, ensuring that they have equal access to education and healthcare and are not subjected to any treatment which causes them to develop a negative self-image, ensuring that they enjoy the same rights and are protected from harmful cultural attitudes and practices in accordance with the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child and the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, protecting them from economic exploitation, trafficking, and all forms of violence, including sexual abuse, and ensuring that they have the rights on education services and facilities on sexual and reproductive health rights. Article 11, continue on the girl and boy child. State parties shall develop concrete measures to prevent and eliminate violence, harmful practices, child marriages, forced marriages, teenage pregnancies, genital mutilation, and child labor, as well as mitigate the impacts on girls' and boys' health, well-being, education, future opportunities, and earnings. Article 12, paragraph 12 of Article 12 of the Protocol is amended to read as follows: state parties shall endeavor to ensure that equal and effective representation of women in decision-making positions in the political, public, and private sectors, including through the use of special measures provided for in Article 5. Article 14 is amended to read as follows: state parties shall enact laws and that promote equal access to retention and completion in early childhood education, primary, secondary, tertiary, vocational, and non-formal education, including adult literacy in accordance with the Protocol on Education and Training and the Sustainable Development Goals. State parties shall take special measures to increase the number of girls taking up science, technology, engineering, and mathematics subjects and information communication technology at the primary, secondary, tertiary, and higher levels. State parties shall adopt and implement gender-sensitive educational curricular policies and programs addressing the gender stereotypes in education and gender-based violence, amongst others. Article 16 is amended to read as follows: multiple roles of women. State parties shall conduct time use studies and adopt policy measures to promote shared responsibility between men and women within the household and family to ease the burden of the multiple roles played by women. Recognize and value unpaid care and domestic work through the provision of public services, infrastructure, and social protection policies. Article 17 is amended to read as follows: economic empowerment. State parties shall undertake reforms to give men and women equal rights and opportunity to economic resources and improved access to control and ownership over productive resources, land, and other forms of property, financial services, inheritance, and natural resources. Article 17 is amended to read as follows: state parties shall review their national trade and entrepreneurship policies to make them gender responsive. State parties shall, in accordance with the provisions of special measures, Article 5, develop strategies to ensure that women benefit equally from economic opportunities, including those created through public procurement. Article 19, paragraph 1 of the protocol is amended to read as follows: state parties shall review, amend, and enact laws and develop policies that ensure women and men have equal access to wage employment to achieve full and productive employment, decent work, including social protection and equal pay for work of equal value for all women and men in all sectors, in line with SADC protocol and employment and labor. Article 20, paragraph 1 and 5 of the protocol are amended and read as follows: state parties shall ensure that they develop strategies to prevent and eliminate all harmful social and cultural practices, such as child marriage, forced marriage, teenage pregnancy, slavery, and female genital mutilation. Ensure that perpetrators of gender-based violence, including domestic violence, rape, femicide, sexual harassment, female genital mutilation, and all other forms of gender-based violence are tried by a court of competent jurisdiction. Enact and adopt special legislative provisions to prevent trafficking in persons and provide holistic services to the victims with the aim of reintegrating them into society. Put in place mechanisms by which all relevant law enforcement authorities and institutions should eradicate national, regional, and international trafficking in person syndicates. Put in place harmonized data collection mechanisms to improve research and reporting on the types and modes of trafficking to ensure effective programming with monitoring.
As you conclude, Honorable Gillian.
Thank you, Chairperson. It is a very long amendment on the protocol, but I just want to urge the council to approve the amendments on the protocol. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Honorable Delegates. I will now put the question. The question is that the report be adopted. But before we proceed to voting, I shall allow provinces the opportunity to make their declaration of vote in terms of Rule 71, if they so wish. And just to remind members that the maximum time allocated for making a declaration is 3 minutes. It's 3 minutes. Is there any province that wishes to make a declaration? I don't see any hand. So no declaration. I suppose, and I shall then move on to the matter, the next step, which is voting on the question, as indicated earlier on. And the question is that the report be adopted, and I now call upon provinces to cast their votes. Just a reminder, when called upon, heads of delegates must indicate whether they vote in favor, against, or abstain. So we'll start with the Eastern Cape. We're following an alphabetical order. Eastern Cape. How are you voting? Eastern Cape? Let's leave Eastern Cape. Let's go straight to the Free State. Free State?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson of the Council. Free State in vote in favor.
Who says votes in favor? Gauteng?
Gauteng votes in favor, Chairperson.
Gauteng votes in favor. KwaZulu-Natal?
KwaZulu-Natal iyaseka sihlalo ngiyabonga.
KwaZulu-Natal. Limpopo?
Limpopo support the report.
Limpopo support the report. Mpumalanga?
Mpumalanga support the report.
Mpumalanga support the report. Northern Cape?
Northern Cape supports the report, Honorable Chair.
Northern Cape support the report. Northwest?
Northwest support the report, Honorable Chair.
Northwest support the report. Western Cape?
The Western Cape supports the report.
Western Cape supports the report. Let's go back to the Eastern Cape. Eastern Cape?
The Eastern Cape supports the report, Chair.
Eastern Cape supports the report. Thank you very much.
I've got a problem of network.
Your Premier must step aside.
Voting now is closed. 9 provinces have voted in favor. I therefore declare the report adopted in accordance with Section 65 of the Constitution. Thank you very much. We will now proceed to the second order of the day. Consideration of the report of Select Committee on Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, Water, Sanitation, and Human Settlements. Notice of dissolution issued in terms of Section 139 1C of the Constitution 1996 is in relation to the Tswaying local municipality. I now call upon Honorable T.S.C. Dodovu, Chairperson of the Select Committee, to present the committee report. Honorable Dodovu.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson of the NCOP, Honorable Amos Masondo, Premiers of different provinces, especially of the Northwest, Honorable Bushimape, and all MECs from different provinces, Chief Whip of the NCOP, Honorable Seiso Mohai, permanent delegates and special delegates, representatives of SALGA, ladies and gentlemen. 6 months ago, the National Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, under the leadership of Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, conducted an extensive assessment of the state of all municipalities in South Africa. The assessment report, which was subsequently adopted by the National Cabinet, noted that there were 64 high-risk municipalities which were facing political, financial, and service delivery crisis. The Cabinet then agreed that decisive steps were required, which would include the disbandment of some municipalities. The Cabinet further agreed to deploy rapid response teams to municipalities and to establish technical support teams and political champions to work closely with the provincial governments to give support to municipalities and to strengthen their capacities to fulfill their obligations, which include good governance, public participation, and service delivery to the people. That's why municipality, which is a subject matter of this debate today, was one of the 4 high-risk municipalities in the Northwest Province, identified by the National Cabinet as a candidate for possible dissolution because of persistent and never-ending political, governance, administrative, financial management, and service delivery crisis it is facing. On the 22nd of September 2021, the Northwest government resolved to dissolve the Council of Tshwane Local Municipality by invoking Section 1391C of the Constitution with immediate effect, because in his view, there are exceptional circumstances that exist and this warrant a dissolution step of that municipality. According to the Northwest government, the dissolution would last until a new council is elected and assumes office after the elections, which will take place in less than 3 weeks on the 1st of November this year. On Monday, the 11th of November, Honorable Chairperson, the Select Committee on COGTA in the NCOP held a visual meeting with the internal and external stakeholders in the Tshwane Local Municipality to fully investigate the circumstances and the reasons under which the Northwest government decided to dissolve it. With regard to the political crisis in the municipality, Honorable Chairperson, the provincial government highlighted that the Tshwane Council was characterized by infightings, intra-political party divisions, and the divisions in political caucuses. As a result, the council has 2 mayors, 2 speakers, and 2 municipal managers. In terms of poor governance and administrative instability, the following were cited by the provincial government of the Northwest: the non-functionality of ward committees and closure of municipal offices by members of the unions, municipal stagnation in terms of improving audit opinions received for the past 3 years, non-functionality of the Municipal Public Accounts Committee and problems related to the composition of its members, municipal owing pension funds, medical aids and funeral policies of members due to cash flow challenges. In terms of financial management challenges, Honorable Chairperson, the Northwest government cited the following: municipal insolvency and instability to meet short-term obligations, implementation of unfunded budget, and total creditors amounting to 354 million as at June 2021. The municipality owing ESCOM 54 million rand as at June 2021, and other creditors totaling the amount of 159 million rands. The municipal failure to implement credit control and collection of household debts, as they owe a huge sum of 282 million rand of the total debt. The municipality inability to pay third-party transactions such as pension funds, medical aid and medical aids of employees. In terms of service delivery challenges, Honorable Chairperson, the provincial government cited the following: the municipal collapse of service delivery characterized by potholes, sewer and water spillages, no consistent refuse removal, and cleaning of town not on dedicated schedules. Disrupted water supply due to lack of maintenance and non-payment of water services, municipal inability to maintain service delivery fleet, and lastly, general poor maintenance of infrastructure. The Select Committee has noted that the Department of COGTA submitted a written notice to the cabinet member responsible for COGTA, the provincial legislature, and the NCOP on the 28th of September 2021. On the 6th of October, the Minister of COGTA, Honorable Dlamini Zuma, concurred and agreed with the Northwest government decision to dissolve the Council of Trying Local Municipality. While noting that the substantive matters relating to the invocation of Section 1391C of the Constitution in the municipality revolved around local government pillars of financial management, service delivery, and good governance. The Select Committee has, however, noted that the majority of internal and external stakeholders opposed the dissolution of the municipality. The Select Committee has further noted with concern the collapse of service delivery in the municipality, instability of good governance, political fighting within the parties, lack of portfolio evidence on support provided by the provincial government in terms of Section 154 of the Constitution. Also, lack of consequence management within the administration, failure to process payment to third parties, the adoption of the unfunded budget, non-compliance of legislation, regulation, and other policies, non-convening of council and other committee meetings, failure to facilitate public participation, failure to perform oversight, non-collection of revenue, and late submission of financial statements to the Office of the Auditor General. Based on the above observations, Honorable Chairperson, the committee recommends the following: that the NCOP approves the invocation of Section 1391C of the Constitution in the Trying Local Municipality. That the MEC of COGTA in the Northwest should ensure the appointment of qualified and competent administrator and the team to deal with the challenges of the municipality in the immediate term. That the appointment of the administrator, which include the intervention team, should deal with all problems and challenges of the municipality, including disciplinary action of any employee, and where possible, opening of criminal cases on matters related to corruption and financial mismanagement. And lastly, that the Northwest MEC of COGTA should play a leading role in providing support to the municipality of Trying in terms of Section 154 of the Constitution. Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. That is the report of the Select Committee. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Dodovu. We will now proceed. And I put the question. The question is that the report be adopted. But before we proceed to voting, I shall allow provinces the opportunity to make their iterations of vote in terms of Rule 771, if they so wish. And just to remind the delegates again, the maximum time allocated for making of iterations is 3 minutes. Any province wishing to make a declaration, I see that Honorable Dango's hand is up. We'll start with Dango and go to Bartlett. I see there's Ngosi from Mpumalanga, there's Detroit from Northwest. Let's start with Dango. Honorable Dango.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Chairperson, the NCOP has been convened in an extraordinary sitting to consider a Section 1391C intervention in the municipality. As we have stated before, the NCOP does not take lightly any Section 139 application for intervention in the affairs of a municipality. Our local government week in September 2020, in fact, expressed reservation that the mere application of Section 139 may in fact not necessarily provide the solution to the problems specific in municipalities. COGTA's own classification of the municipality placed the said local authority in one of the 64 that required intervention. Our appeal is that all members, in fact, should support this particular intervention. We are dealing with a municipality that has had to endure a series of motions of no confidence, 2 mayors, 2 speakers, 2 municipal managers in a short period of time. The municipality is dysfunctional. To argue to do nothing other than criticize in itself is irresponsible. To do so is to let down the community that is meant to be served by the municipality. We stand with the community.
Let down the community by appointing incompetent councillors.
In demanding that basic services, accountability, and proper management of the municipal takes place, and that is why we are in support of the invocation of Section 1391C and Section 139F. We are in support of the intervention by the Minister to formulate a task team that will clearly identify the challenges and work closely with key stakeholders to improve the current stakeholders. We so move, Chairperson. Thank you.
Give us competent councillors and use the NCOP.
We then move on to Honorable Bartlett. Bartlett.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Thank you, Honorable Chair. Good morning. The local government elections will be taking place in the next few weeks.
All going to sing from the same hymn book.
When the people of South Africa will express their voice.
Order, honorable members. If you can just make sure that we don't really disturb people who are speaking, because we want to hear what it is that they're saying. Heckling here and there is understandable, but please let's keep it within the normal standard limit. Honorable Bartlett, please proceed.
Thank you. 1 minute gone already. The local government elections will be taking place in the next few weeks, where the people of South Africa will express their voices on who should govern them in the municipalities and local communities. As the ANC, we are confident that the people will once again express their overwhelming support to their movement, which has no doubt to transform South Africa from the ruins of apartheid. The local government sphere is the most critical area in the transformation project, because it's a sphere closer to the people and is charged with responsibility to deliver basic services to see to the needs of our communities. We still believe that there is a need for strong and effective local government as a result of the large disparities between local areas and regions. Honorable Chair, the central government is required to address the legacy of apartheid and to ensure more balanced forms of local development. Strong local government should be complemented by provincial government, whose primary task will be to ensure integrated and coordinated local development planning to the provision of the appropriate regional services, and to provide support, Chair, to those local authorities which lack resources. Honorable Chair, it is in this content that we stand to support the implementation of Section 1391C and 5 of the Constitution enjoying local municipality. And this will allow national government, Chair, an opportunity to intervene together with the provincial government in the resolution of the challenges in governance, administration, governance, financial management, which has flung the municipality into crisis. Honorable Chairperson, the municipality has failed to properly implement the Municipal Systems Act, and further, more nepotism, fraud, and corruption have come to the endemic. The priority is to ensure that the municipality attracts capable and qualified human resources, especially, Chair, in the financial department, in order to ensure that the municipality is able to deliver services efficiently and sustainably, Chair. Honorable Chair, the Northern Cape support the Section 139 intervention into our municipality. I thank you, Honorable Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Honorable Bartlett. Honorable Nkosi.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. Chairperson, The ANC's vision for local government is located within paradigm of capable and developmental state that has responsibility to generate revenue, work in collaboration with social partners to eradicate poverty, address unemployment and underdevelopment. To this, local government must be able to deliver basic services to the population in an efficient and sustainable manner, and improve the quality of life for residents. Whilst the task is clear, its implementation has suffered from numerous challenges. The matter of trying municipality is not new, Chairperson. Neither should any opposition party try to claim that matters can wait. We have an election on the 1st of November. This intervention seeks to address the persistent challenges of governance, administrative and financial management, which continue to engulf the municipality. Honorable Chairperson, the situation is precarious and any further delay will result in further challenges after the 1st of November. The current dysfunctionality of the Tshwane municipality threatens the service delivery, and political administrative interface cannot be allowed to continue. Rationale and reason has prevailed, and the Constitution needs to speak. We also welcome that this particular intervention is also coupled with the invocation of Section 139, subsection 5, which is aimed at restoring the municipality back to financial health. It is concerning that the municipality has been failing to meet its financial obligations and furthermore not been responsive to the findings of the Auditor General. The intervention task team that will be constituted to attend these pressing matters will consist of experienced national and provincial officials whose task it will be to develop a roadmap and report to the provincial executive and ministry once a month. Chairperson, Mpumalanga stands in support of the invocation of Section 139(1)(c). I submit, Chairperson. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Nkosi. The next person is in my list is Honorable Detroit. But Honorable Detroit, even as you begin to speak, please clarify whether you're speaking on behalf of the province or the party.
Honorable Chair, I'm speaking on behalf of the Freedom Front Plus. May I proceed?
Unfortunately, we can't.
Because it's clear that this is a political fanfare that's taking place.
Point of order, Chair.
Point of order, Chair. The solution of Tshwane
Point of order, Chairperson.
Financial fiscus of Tshwane.
Point of order, Chair.
Point of order.
It's Malika. Honorable Tutu does not have the right to make a declaration on behalf of the Northwest Province, Chairperson.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's
a point of order, Chair. If the Honorable member can just pronounce my surname correctly, please.
I'm sure Detroit himself knows this. So, Honorable Detroit, please spare us unnecessary.
Chairperson, when racist rises in this house and make declaration, not even at the right time you allow them. But if it was the EFF, you would be jumping up and down on that chair. You allow them to even smile when they waste our time. We've got elections to win here.
Oh, there
Chair,
we
the Honorable member can please explain who's racist on the platform.
We'll move on to Honorable Labuskachne.
Thank you, Chair. Honorable Chair, municipalities across South Africa have collapsed, clearly indicating that nationally local government is in a state of disaster. Yet the ANC government, who has caused this disaster, consistently avoids discussions and investigations to find the obvious reasons. They simply ignore the elephant in the room. to evoke a Section 139(1)(c) intervention and dissolve a municipality less than 3 weeks before a local government election is no indication that the elephant in the room has been identified. With the collapsing Tshwane local government restored, governance will be re-established after the 2021 local government elections. The rush to have the NCOP certify the Northwest Provincial Government's application for the dissolution, considering the 3 failed interventions from 2011 to 2019, the constant replacement of administrators, their failure to successfully comply with their terms of reference, the instability of the Section 100 intervention in the Northwest Province raises concerns about the value of Section 154, assistance from national and provincial governments. Further than that, the deep-rooted endemic rot, the inability to address political issues of ill discipline of councillors, fraud and corruption, financial mismanagement and maladministration confirms a dysfunctional council, but without a doubt a collapse of administration. To dissolve the council is the tip of the iceberg and will not contribute to political stability or good governance after the 2021 local government elections and merely indicates short-sightedness. The institutionalized, corrupt and fraudulent business principles, the lack of delivering basic and essential services, and the blatant theft of tax money should motivate COGTA to identify the elephant in the room. The NCOP needs to ensure that provincial governments implement Section 154 support effectively at the earliest signs of mismanagement and maladministration, and if necessary, invoke Section 106 of the Systems Act. Political parties must ensure their councillors are disciplined and well-educated in the legislative values of local government. What we have now in a provincial government avoiding the constitutional role by rushing to what they see as a quick fix or a muscle flex. The NCOP has a constitutional role to investigate whether any interventions in municipalities and provinces are justified and in accordance with the spirit of our constitution and cooperative governance. The application of the Northwest Province is too little too late due to very little unprecedented time for adequate engagement. Therefore, it is evident that this Section 139(1)(c) will not serve its purpose. The Western Cape do not support the dissolution of Tshwane local municipality since there is no guarantee that this 3-week dissolution will be successful. I thank you.
Mooi gesê, Honorable Labustagni. Mooi gesê.
Thank you very much. We will now proceed to voting on the question. And the question is that the report be adopted. The question is that the report be adopted. I now call upon the provinces to cast their votes. When called upon, the heads of delegations must indicate whether they vote in favor, against, or abstain. Yes, Pindela?
KZN.
KZN, yes?
Declaration.
No, but they're not here. They're not in the list.
They are, Chair. We have raised our hands.
No, it doesn't show in my computer. I will allow you to speak. Okay. Enoch Kumtato, please proceed.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson, members of the NCOP. Good morning. The 2020 Chair 2021 Municipality Finance Report of the Auditor General entitled "The Ethical and Accountability Leadership Should Drive the Requirement Change." Not only the painted picture of a deepening crisis at the local government sphere, but lay down a challenge to the local government and parliament to pay serious attention to the challenges facing local government and come up with a solution that underpin an evidence-based research and supported by the regulator environment. Our common concern, Chair, as the NCOP, has been that what the Auditor General is raising is not new. The challenge were truly highlighted in the Auditor General 2019 budget to 2020 report into the state of municipality finance entitled "Not Much to Go Around, Yet Not the Right Hands at the Till." I close quote. It is this report.
It's ANC hands, numbers. So you never dealt with them. That's the problem.
Tswane local municipality, Swahili local municipality has remained one of the worst performing municipality in the Northwest, despite serious intervention, Chair. It is for this reason that we welcome the intervention in Swahili municipality, particularly the section 139, subsection 5, Chair, of the Constitution, which deals with the financial challenges of the municipality. The Swahili local municipality is involved and unable to meet short-term obligation. It has unfunded budget, as the chairperson highlighted, of all the funds, ESCOM being owed 54 million, not be able even to pay third parties, Chair. You imagine how the workers are feeling when they are retiring.
Why not do the same in Mfuleni?
This dire state of affairs, Chair, directly result of the failure of to adhere to Municipality System Act, especially in the related Municipality Public Account Committee, which is supposed to be provided necessary oversight in municipality financing. The intervention task team will restore, Chair, the municipality ability to meet its financial obligation and ensure that people of Swahili receive service
You don't believe that?
In a sustainable manner. The KZN, this is one reason, Chair, it supports the 139 intervention. We therefore support, Chair, this intervention. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We will then proceed.
You must stop dripping, Nyambos. You must stop dripping.
Stop messing Kanalan Seleko.
And the question is that the report be adopted.
You are in government, in Kanalan.
Stop messing Kanalan.
When called upon to do so, heads of delegation must indicate whether they vote in favor, against, or abstain. We'll do so, we'll vote in alphabetical order. So we'll do voting in alphabetical order. The first province is the Eastern Cape. Eastern Cape.
Eastern Cape supports the report.
Eastern Cape supports the report. Free State.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson of the Council. The Free State supports the report. Thanks.
Let's support the report. Gauteng.
Gauteng in support, Chairperson.
Gauteng support the report. KwaZulu-Natal. KwaZulu-Natal supports the report. Limpopo.
Limpopo support, Chairperson. Limpopo support, Chairperson.
Limpopo support. Mpumalanga.
Mpumalanga support the report, Chair.
Thank you very much. Northern Cape.
Northern Cape support, Honorable Chair.
Northern Cape support. Thank you very much. Northwest.
Northwest support, Chairperson.
Northwest supports the report. Western Cape.
Eastern Cape votes against the report.
Western Cape vote against the report. Voting is now closed. 8 provinces voted in favor. I therefore declare the report adopted in accordance with Section 65 of the Constitution. Thank you very much. Honorable members, let me take this opportunity to express an appreciation of the NCOP to the provinces in this context, especially the Premier of the Northwest Province, Honorable Mape, the MECs, the speakers, to the deputy speakers, all special delegates present, as well as all SALGA representatives present at this sitting of the NCOP. Your presence and your participation is indeed greatly appreciated. That, honorable members, concludes the business of the day, and the House is adjourned. Thank you very much.
Long live the chair.
Long live, chair. Long live.
Long live the chair.
Chairperson, long live, chairperson, long live.
Recording stopped.
Long live
was part of the report.
It's not a report, it's an ESG agenda. You can't listen to reason. Problem here. You don't listen to reason. That's the problem.
We listen to the reasons provided
decisions in common.
Tuleko, you sound very
cowards.
When you were part of the report, don't say anything.
When I select, we are cooler.
Abayini kube kuhle nibe safe bye.